Okay, we're back with Dre Ben Frank, is known as the Cover King.
Cover King.
Man, I tell you what, I'm really excited to have you on today.
I mean,
because now listen, you've been singing like what, since you were 5 years old?
Yeah, I've been singing since I was 5.
I mean, you're not that old now, but you know,
About that.
you've been singing real young. So what like, I mean, like.
Well,
I knew, like, when I was young, my dad was a steel guitar player, and I know people have heard me say this already, but we were musically inclined in that aspect, you know, so you were, I was
kind of
young.
drawn to doing it.
Yeah, you're around music and stuff, so was that the same thing with you or?
Well, coming up, and it's funny that you asked because the reputation that our family had back where I was from when I was coming up as a child, my uncles, I think I have a whole bunch of uncles, but I had like 4 uncles that were in school together at the same time, all of them sang. So they were known for singing. So when I was coming up as a child, I would see them singing in church and, you know, talent shows, and it's just like, oh my gosh, I want to do that one day. And I remember like it was yesterday, we sat down at a table, it was nice, it was dark outside, fireflies were flying around, I would never forget it. Like we were sitting down and we had a conversation basically saying, yeah, we want to, or they were saying, we want to be like Boys and Men one day, because that was their favorite artist. And I was like, oh my gosh, I want to be like Boys and Men too. So from there, it was just like, it was an infatuation with music, and I was like, hey, if you can do it, why can't I do it? And it was amazing that I've always been blessed to have such amazing opportunities in my life from 5 to now.
Yeah.
And you know, at 6 years old, I went to school, and it's a small world. You would never think that people would notice you from just playing around. And I was in 6th grade, not 6th grade, I was in kindergarten, I was 6 years old, and my band director, Stanley Norton, which was the guy who actually took me under his wings, he kind of showed me how to write music and produce music, and he instilled in me at a young age the structure of being an artist. I mean, he actually had some dealing in with TLC's Creep song. That was a major song. So to even be around that presence, it was just like, oh my gosh, it was amazing, because I never knew that, you know, I wanted to sing, but I was like, I didn't know it was this much. And then after going into it, you know, people look at it from an outside perspective and thinking, oh, it's just so easy, I can do it like it's nothing, but they don't realize the hard work and dedication it takes into putting in from the vocals to the performance to the image. It's a lot that goes into it, and they say, oh, it's easy, but you don't see the work that it takes.
I mean, you talk about starving artists. I mean, that applies to a lot of us.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of people look at me now and they think, oh yeah, he's just been singing for the last 5, 6, 7 years, and they don't realize I've been singing since I was 6. It's now 18 years, and this is 18 years in the making, and I'm still a new artist. I'm still hungry, just like I started yesterday, and that's what sets me apart. Sets me differently from everyone else. It sets me apart from them, because you can tell me no a million times, but I know for every no, I'm gonna have 10 yeses. So all I have to do is just find out some kind of way to keep going.
Well, that was the one thing I appreciate about you, is that when I would call you and say, hey man, you know, what's going on, and you know, how's things going, blah, 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 you're like, I'm in Orlando, or I'm in Atlanta, and I'm like, thank God, you know, at least, you know, and a lot of times people are like, well, they must be making a lot of money. Well, that's not necessarily true, but the thing is, you're getting your name out there. Yeah, and
people don't realize, in like last year, I literally spent maybe 6 months on the road from Florida and Georgia, just alone, promoting my name, just trying to make sure people knew who I was. I've met so many different faces and different people, and it's just like, it's amazing to see people's reactions, because at the end of the day, sitting in the studio, you don't see people's reactions, and it's amazing now just to even sit back and see. And sometimes it'll bring tears to your eyes, is because you work so hard, and now you have people that appreciate it, and that's what you work for. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't record my music to write it and play it in my car. I mean, and I can do that all day.
I mean, what I'm going to say, I don't mean this in a bad way. There's those out there who kind of, they expect, you know, and you know, and I'll be honest with you, I've had some that have written me and want to be on the show, and they're like, but I can do this, and I won't do that, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, listen, you know, come on, you know, just come on the show, be yourself. That's all I'm after, you know, just,
much.
You know, and but then you meet these genuine people like yourself and many other guests that's been on my show, and it's like, it really does come down to that genuineness of people. I mean, I had a couple of guys in the other night, and they were young guys, and they were playing and singing, and it's like with you, when they're singing, it just comes from the heart, you know, and that tugs on people, you know, it kind of, that's what we as human beings, I mean, we want that genuine, we're craving that.
The authenticity is what draws you to it. I mean, and don't get me wrong, you know, at the end of the day, it's a lot of hard work, but if I didn't have a team of people behind me that pushed me every day,
exactly.
You know, people say all the time, I've had people from DJ Khaled to tell me, just pick a single and push. And you've heard some of the most major artists in the world tell you, just don't give up on your dream, but just dreaming is just the beginning of it. You have to surround yourself with like-minded people that believe in you, because at the end of the day, that's what gets you through the hump. Because at the end of the day, it's not always giggles and fun. That's right. I guarantee you.
You know, and touching on that, but I do want to say this. I mean, a lot of people that I know, and I know that's such a cliche thing to say. You know, a lot of people I know, but a lot of people I know actually believe what I do is just a hobby. You know, making films, you know, doing video productions.
That's how it starts. And at the end of the day, that's how I feel like that's where the drive starts, is because people don't take you serious.
But yet, these are the same people who will go and pay to see a movie made.
Yeah. And it came from somebody that had a hobby and had an idea. And it went and it grew from something else. At the end of the day, would have never been, like, I still amaze myself as a musician. I would have never.
You still amaze me as a musician. You're incredible.
Like, honestly, I sometimes I can sit back and I don't like to toot my own horn. I'm one of the most humble people you've ever met, but I've always wanted to push the envelope on anything that I've done. So at the end of the day, sometimes I may push the envelope, and before I go in and do it, I'm like, this is gonna be impossible. But because it's a task, I'm all for it, and it's all about being different, all about being persistent. And I mean, at the end of the day, that's what sets you apart from everyone else.
That's true.
That first impression it's what's a lasting impression. And if you've known me for a while, I've always said, you know, when I present you something, I want to present you with the best quality that I can. So you take me serious. So so that's
listen,
me.
Dre Ben Frank, what is in the works at this time? What are you?
Well, right now we're working on the Cover King.
I'm trying to put you on the spot because I want you to tell me something.
We're working on the Cover King, and basically it's going to be possibly about 20 songs. I hope I didn't leak out anything too early, but it's possibly going to be
about... O'Roy Show, first on the O'Roy Show.
It's possibly going to be about 20 songs, 2 compilations, and of course, I'm going to lead it up before I drop the album. You know, I want to make sure my fans are familiar. That way, of course, like I said, build my following up a little bit stronger. And at the end of the day, it takes more than just me. You know, I'm just a dreamer. I'm the one that I'll put in the footwork, but it doesn't work without people like you and people like them at home. Because at the end of the day, that's what keeps you going.
That's right.
So at the end of the day, I just have to. I know I have to keep pushing. So with this Cover King thing we got going, I'm gonna drop. And it's funny because when I said it, it was the easiest thing in the world. I was like, yeah, 20 songs, 20 videos, nothing. But 20 songs, 20 videos is what the goal is. Now, if I don't do 20 songs, 20 videos, don't hold me to it. But
you're at the end of the day, won't you?
I damn sure will. I guarantee you. But at the end of the day, you know, and I don't even want to put that's so cliche to say if I don't, but I will. You know, I've always been a person that says if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it full heart, full fledged.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do that for my fans, because at the end of the day, they've been rocking with me for so long. They deserve it. So I mean, at the end of the day, I'm going to do that so that way they can feel proud about, you know, who they believe in. You know, Team DBF is strong and going. So
you're doing it. You're kicking.
Coming soon.
Well, look, I am so grateful to have you on the show. I really, really am. And I was so nervous because I was like, my God, while he's in Valdosta, I better grab him because he's going to be out there and somebody else is going to grab him first. So, but listen, you know you've got to come back and you've got to keep me informed on what's going on. And,
you know, I'm going to do a show for the Cover King. It's going to be like an intimate type situation.
Right.
I'm going to maybe do like invitation only just for, you know, my strong supporters to come out so that way they can get more enthused and rallied up about it. So, of course, I can, you know, I'll get you an invitation so you come out and you guys can possibly, you know, get some footage or something. So, you know, you never know. Sky's the limit. So,
good deal. And you know our goal here is to continue on making films and and bring more filmmaking to Valdosta and the more in this area. And you know, movies are nothing without music. So
Exactly,
you
so,
know,
yeah, I
you know what
appreciate
that
it.
means. So.
And at the end of the day, it makes it even better too, because this situation with our friendship, people don't realize that everything is not just black and white. When people look at it, they think it's all just paper. But at the end of the day, it's sometimes you build relationships with people, and that's what keep you. I mean, you would have never thought in a million years that I would have never thought that I would have met someone or like you, or you would have met someone like me. So
That's
at the end of the day, it's just about keeping those good people in your life and keep going. Because at the end of the day, when like I say, when you surround yourself by hungry people, that have a vision and want to do better, it makes you want to do better. So
and you're doing it. Tell us your website.
Right now it's under construction. It's going to be drebenfrank.com.
All right.
For anyone that listens to my music and wants to get familiar with it, my first single from the album was released last year. Of course, the album is going to be pushed back until the Cover King is done, but that single is called Say My Name. You can find it on iTunes. You can find it on Google Play,
And you're
Xbox
all over
Live.
Facebook.
Yeah, it's all over Facebook. So just search Dre Ben Frank. You can find me on Facebook /.com/DreBenFrank, and follow me.
Yeah.
Trust me, this is definitely going to be a ride, and I'm ready for it. So.
Well,
on
look,
the
you're
saddle.
not just a fantastic person, but I'm glad to say you're my friend.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being on the show. We appreciate it.
Oh yeah.
That's a wrap. This is Roy Kirkland with The O. Roy Show. Would you like to advertise your business, support your community, and help promote talented and unique individuals? Well, now you can. Arcadius Media has great rates to fit any advertising budget. Go to our website and contact us today. And remember, it's all about you.